changing your thoughts and how easily you can also change your mental health by changing your thoughts.
Yeah, by changing your internal dialogue, by what you're saying to yourself. That's what we're going to be talking about today.
In this week's episode of
Get Real with the English Sisters.
Mind, health and anxiety. And we are therapists, hypnotherapists to be precise, and we're here to help you.
So today we're going to be reading a short little story from our book, Stress Free in 3 Minutes.
Voices in music.
Change your thoughts as you listen to music, as you make music in your mind of the flattering kind.
As you play a song to yourself with a sweet melody.
A chorus that inspires and makes you thrive and grow.
Allow the notes to come to you like a poem would.
With no trouble at all.
Let go of the heavier notes.
Now, those notes that drag you down.
You no longer need them now.
Light and airy music floods your mind.
Creating new depths of happiness and ease.
These are the notes that make voices in your mind of the sweet and flattering kind.
Allowing you to grow with each new note and in tune with the voices in the music.
It would be nice if we can change our internal dialogue like voices in the music.
And let go of the heavier thoughts that
And the
weigh
heavier
us down.
notes. Yes, absolutely. Those heavy thoughts that are not really necessary.
No, and with problems, some problems can be tackled and you can take action. But other problems, it's just best just to let them go and they'll sort themselves out eventually.
Well,
and if they don't, they don't. But
well, there's lots and lots of challenges that are going to come to us every single day. Just as being alive and being human beings, we have these challenges ever since we're tiny, really.
We do,
If you think
we do.
about it, we have to learn how to walk, and that's pretty tough.
learn how to talk.
Learn how to talk, learn how to hold a spoon. There's so many challenges. We just can't remember all those challenges we've already overcome. We just simply don't remember them because we just become competent at doing them.
But do we actually see learning to walk as a problem when we're little?
No, it's just a small challenge.
Yeah.
I think we do, because if you see toddlers, how sometimes they cry and are very frustrated when they fall down, or if you remember your daughter when she couldn't ride the tricycle, she couldn't figure out how to go in a straight line. She would simply go nuts. Because she would keep on banging against this wall, and I remember saying, look, it's okay, darling, you just have to go straight. Do you remember it on that little balcony you used to have? So I do think there's a lot of frustration when we're tiny as well, but our parents and obviously our caretakers help us overcome it. But at the same time, yes, I think we do go through a lot of challenges that we simply do no longer remember now, because for now, for us, it's easy, unless obviously there are times when you have an illness and then you have to go back to square one. Like there are people that have had strokes like our mum did.
Yeah.
Then you have to go back to learning all of these things again, holding a spoon, learning how to talk again. Those are unfortunate circumstances, but
But do you think the children, very, very, very young children, do you think why it's easier for them in a way is because they're actually living in the present? So when they can't, turn around on their tricycle or whatever, they're not. After when they finish riding their bike, they're not thinking about, oh no, I was so stupid I couldn't turn around on my tricycle.
That's a very good point. There isn't that There's kind of
end
reasoning.
to it, isn't there?
Yes, it's more like with they are in the present. Yes, that is something that we lose the ability to be in as we grow older, and that's part of our. It's just the way we are, neurologically built. Yes, we do tend to lose that ability to just be present. So you fall off the tricycle, you cry, you have a little moan, then the next you're distracted by the next thing. I'm hungry now. Okay, you eat a lovely dinner, and then you'll have a nap. And that's like a toddler's life, isn't it?
Yes.
You know, it's food and water and whatever. And it's very much like how our pets live.
Yeah, but they're not psychologically like tormenting themselves with the problem once it's finished.
No, and
it's a new day, it's a new thing, it's a new challenge kind of thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Next day you'll be back there trying again, or they'll be back there, they've forgotten that they've bumped their head on the angle of the table, for example, and they'll be at it again, because that's how we're built, to continue to be resilient, to continue to do that, and not to be weighed down by past errors and past mistakes. I think that would be brilliant if we could all live like that.
But that's what we have to learn to do, isn't it?
We have to aim to remember what we used to be like.
Yeah.
And to try and remember how we used to live.
Because I think it is easier to do than... it's easier to say than do. It's easier said than done, as they say.
Yeah,
as
definitely.
they say. But I think if we make a conscious effort to, like, when we realise that we're, like, ruminating on a problem or, getting really bogged down by it, if we listen to ourselves and think, okay, how am I going to change this now? And then you can do it today by changing the music that you're playing. So even physically listening to a new song.
Oh, you mean actually putting a jolly tune on?
If you're feeling sad, put a
your
nice,
favourite song on, on the playlist.
Making you feel better.
Yeah, you can also do that. Yeah, that's a very quick change of state. A song
to change how you're actually feeling, or go and do something like take a walk, do something physical to actually change the way. Just similarly to how you would help a toddler, you would help them maybe
by a distraction, as I said before.
But you would try and distract them and then say, hey, let's do something else for a bit if you see they're getting really overwhelmed and frustrated.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
So to break that pattern of destructive behaviour.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, of overwhelm. Yeah, that is a very, very good point, actually. We can do that with ourselves. We can realise we're going into this tunnel of just frustration and anger, and we can stop ourselves and think, okay, what would I do as a 2-year-old?
Take a deep breath.
Probably drop whatever I was doing and go off and have a nap. It probably wouldn't be bad for us.
No.
And I know we're joking, and I know that we are, obviously we're adults and we have bank statements and lots of stuff that we've got to deal with.
I was talking to a friend of ours the other day, and she was saying, because I said sometimes you can help with problems. If you can sort them out, you do it, and it really helps you instead of procrastinating. If you can actually sort a problem out, but unfortunately, some problems you just can't sort out, or you don't know how to, or you haven't got the tools. And then sometimes, if you just say, "Okay, I can't do anything about that, but I'm going to make peace with this problem."
Yes.
And I'm going to be calm and just go about my life. And she was saying to me, she said, actually, that's funny that you should say that, because that's what actually happened to me with my relationship with my brother. She said she had a very difficult relationship with her brother, and practically they didn't talk to each other, because she said that her father always she was a favourite child, and he would always be praising her and having words with her brother and not praising him and criticising him and telling him off. But she said that, and so because of that relationship that they had in the family dynamic, they actually didn't talk to each other, and they weren't close to each other at all. But she said, funnily enough, when her father passed away, when he actually died, her brother suddenly became really close to her. He would phone her and he would talk to her, and he does now. And she said, and our relationship has got really close and really good. And she said that's an example where the problem just sorted itself out by something else, happening. A chain of events.
Well, yeah, the death of her father. So
She could have
There
never
was no
predicted
more
it.
rivalry.
Yeah, there was no
between
more
them
rivalry.
because he was a catalyst of everything,
yeah.
basically. Well, at least her brother saw it that way.
He
He
felt it,
felt that
obviously.
as long as the father was
But
there,
he didn't realise that this. I'm sure
It
consciously
no,
he was
yes.
unaware.
Obviously,
She said she was unaware, but she said it came as a lovely gift and surprise at this.
to find out her brother
that
came
her
back
brother
to
came
her.
back to her, yeah. And they've got a lovely relationship now, she said. So she said that's where a problem just kind of sorted itself out without us having to do anything. We
Just
did it
life
directly.
life
Yeah,
happened.
life
Yeah.
happened, and that happened.
The natural course
Of
of
events.
life, yeah. Well, I mean, obviously, yes. That is a particular event. There's so many challenges that we just can't really do much about at all.
No, so
We just
many.
have to live them and then enjoy what we get around us for the present moment and what's around us. You're absolutely right. It's just full of them. So what can we do? We
But
have
we
to
have
remember.
to live in the present and enjoy the present day, really. Live moment to moment. And yes, deal with our issues and our problems, because obviously we're not saying just put everything away and live in la la land.
No.
And don't deal with anything.
No,
If you've
deal
got
with
bills
what
to
you
pay,
can, yeah.
If you have, like, I don't know, financial worries or health worries, don't just
Procrastinate,
deal with them, book the doctor's appointment, go and sort something out with your bank or whoever's lending you the money or whatever. But in the end, then that's it. You've done your bit. So you've done what you can, but then take a deep breath in and say, I've done everything I can, and now it's time for me just to be at peace with my life and my surroundings.
Yeah, and allow
And
the lighter notes to enter your mind, because we cannot live with just the heavy notes in our mind.
No,
We
it's
cannot. We're not
true.
designed to be that way.
No.
We are designed to be happy, basically, and to be content. I really do believe that.
Yes, because I
As
think
human beings.
if we were designed to be, we wouldn't survive as a species.
No.
If we
No.
didn't have the happy moments and the good times. If everything was always negative, there'd be no point, would there? But I'm sure we wouldn't have survived as a species if it had been all black, if everything had been negative.
You
Well,
mean we wouldn't have the resilience?
We wouldn't have had the resilience or
and
the
capacity.
want to procreate or
No,
form
the want,
relationships
yes, the
or
want.
anything. The desire.
No,
I
no,
mean, all
to
these
continue
things,
life.
like desire and happiness and strength, and these are all the positive qualities that make us say yes.
Want to go on with
Yes,
life. Want to
today
go
is
on.
a day worth living.
Yes, you're absolutely right. Yeah.
Without those things, you think, well, there's no point, is there?
No.
You have to look and cultivate, like what they say always. Your garden is how you
Yeah.
what you.
You can see the
So-
weeds, but then you can also eat the weeds sometimes,
Yes.
like the dandelions.
Yes.
They're very healthy for
Yes.
you. You find creative solutions.
Like the story that you wrote in the cattle story,
Yeah.
how the farmer found a very creative solution
For
for his
his-
cattle.
Yes.
That he made them eat thistles.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. He made them eat thistles, but he had this massive field and everyone around him told him, don't buy that land because it's no good. You can't actually build a farm here. There's no way your cattle can eat that. And yet he managed to introduce the thistle diet into, which is actually true because I really researched it before writing this little story. And apparently he managed to make a successful business with his cattle eating thistles. And everyone around him was surprised.
And the cattle thrived on the
They
thistle.
thrived because they ate the weeds and the thistles, and there were lots of healthy benefits in them. Can't remember all of it about it, but all the landowners nearby were quite surprised.
They were.
They were very surprised by what he did. So sometimes being innovative and actually finding these being able to pivot and find a different solution. So you're stuck there, instead of just bashing against the wall, think, well, a little turn here, a little turn there, what can I do? You don't give up, you turn around, you think of something else. And when you allow your mind to have that kind of freedom, and you actually think, pivot now, you begin to move mentally in your mind. You'll find this beautiful solution that you would have never ever thought of before, if you don't allow those words to come to you.
I think if you don't allow your mind to smile, you won't be able to thrive. But even if you have very difficult, terrible circumstances around you, but you allow your mind to smile a few times throughout the day, you will find the resilience and the strength to see what the beauty and the goodness around you.
Well said, yes. Finding the difference, finding the beauty around you. Yeah. It's fundamental.
Because, I mean, they always say it, don't they? They say the people that, like, are in really desperate circumstances, they might just have one smile from a stranger, and it just might, you know, it clicks in and it changes their day. It gives them the strength to continue and to say, yes, this life is, you know, beautiful. It's worth living.
Absolutely, because life, according to us, is definitely worth living.
Very much so.
Challenges and hurdles that come our way, we do like to find
creative solutions.
Yes, we really do. Yes, we really do. Just like the cattle, the weeds. And that not only did they eat the weeds on his land, because he was paid
to hire them out.
He would hire them out, and everyone else would use his cattle to remove their weeds. So it was like a natural weed, where he would also be able to, you know, have really healthy cattle that would produce the best quality milk ever and butter, because of the use of the weeds. So sometimes, you know, the weeds aren't bad, is what we're trying to get to. It might sound a bit complex, but this is ultimately what we're saying, is that the weeds and the challenges in your life are all feedback, and they somehow you don't want to live them. Just like when you're little and you don't want to fall down, you want to be able to walk in a straight line, but you can't. You look like a little drunk toddler, you know, they're so cute. But they don't think they're cute. They're trying to walk in that straight line. But, you know, I think if we look at ourselves sometimes and we think of ourselves like these little toddlers making our way in the world, we'll be kinder to ourselves.
Definitely.
And be able to have that kind of little smile and say, okay, I'm going to be kind to myself. This is a new venture for me. Just like when I was tiny. And I'm doing this now, and I will be kind. And if nobody else has kind eyes for me, I'll have my own kind eyes inside.
And I'll have my kind eyes for other people as well.
Exactly. And I can appreciate their new adventures and what they're going on, what they're living through in their life. So I think
we'll leave you with that.
With being kind to yourself, and hear these sweet and flattering notes in your mind.
Yes, and allow those heavier ones to float away or drop. We do love hearing from you. Please do subscribe to our YouTube channel, where you can also see the video, and come leave us a message wherever you listen to your podcast. You can text us, and if you'd like to support the show, you can also support the show. Love from the English Sisters. Bye-bye.
Bye.
See you soon.